Welcome back to The Watch, and today we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about Dune Part 2. Now, I want to be clear here. These aren't... All right. Let's
Gather around, children.
Gather around. All right,
This is
so
serious.
these are not signs that it's going to be terrible, but they're not positive signs either. And we kind of have two conflicting things here.
Tyrant's been overly optimistic because he doesn't want this to suck.
It's
because
the
everything
only
else...
thing that I have been excited for like 8 months.
You're peeking the microphone. That never happens.
This is important. This is like...
Everything has been so bad lately, man. I need something.
We want Dune to be good.
I really want it to be good. Now, the director has come out and said some things that I kind of understand, but at the same time feel unnecessary. And then we've also had another director, a well-regarded director, come out and say that he's been shown a preview and it's really good. Okay, so we've kind of got two things going on here. Mm-hmm. We'll start with the bad stuff first.
Okay.
So if you want to, we've got this little article here. Mm-hmm. These are the words of the director and what's her name? Zendaya. Yes. Basically, they're trying to say that the director wasn't happy with Chani, Zendaya's character, and Lady Jessica's role in the second act of the book, right? Yep. So he wanted to make them more pronounced and give them more screen time.
Did he say why he was unhappy with them?
He felt as though they were... First off, Lady Jessica was important in the first half, but then she kind of gets pushed to the back, which makes sense because Paul steps forward and there's that sort of stuff, right? Chani is an interesting one because obviously in the first half she's not really there that much.
Yes, just in visions, maybe.
Yes, and then in the second act they actually meet, they start their relationship, all that sort of stuff. So we've got a couple of lines here if you wanted to read some of them out.
Okay, so the first Dune movie was all about Paul, but it seems, and yes, that makes sense, that'll be all about him, but it seems like that's all about to change in the upcoming sequel with Zendaya Freeman character Chani coming into her own. Chani's limited role in Part 1 will be greatly expanded in Part 2, even beyond the scope of the novel, with director Dennis...
I don't know how to say it either.
Villain.
Let's just call him Dennis Villain.
Villeneuve. Claiming that as the movie progresses, there's a shift in the main character and Chani becomes my reference as a point of view. That is concerning, isn't it?
Yes.
Why? Like if they the first movie establishes Paul as the guy.
Okay, let's just get through this next one and then...
Speaking to Total Film in the blah blah blah, which features Dune 2 on the cover and is out this Thursday, Zendaya notes that what Dennis does very well is take the female character more deeply into consideration in a way that was rarely the case for science fiction in the 60s. So?
This feels like a very elegant way to put for a modern audience.
I know. I'm offended that the book didn't focus, Pride and Prejudice didn't focus on Mr. Darcy as the primary character. Maybe certain genres focus on certain characters because they fill the role and they have archetypical things. Want the hero, it's an action science fiction for crying out loud. That is a concern.
This is concerning. Now, we can read more if you want, or we can kind of overview it. It's up to you. Basically, they're just saying Lady Jessica's also the same. She was kind of the architect, you could say, of everything in the first act, and then the second act, she's not so much. So they want to bring her back so she has more of a role, which I think kind of makes sense. But at the same time, it's Paul stepping up, and it's...
The reason why this is a red flag, because I'm not saying it couldn't work and they couldn't make a good movie.
Yes.
The red flag is that when people start to prioritize representation, right, over the source material, that's them basically saying that they think they can do better than the source material. The source material is a success for a reason. And so it takes a level of hubris and arrogance to think you could do better and to call out certain things problematic, right? Oh, not enough representation. And it's also a red flag because it exposes that they might be prioritizing something more than quality. Representation over quality. And then if they don't have the talent to write as well as the source material, invariably the new stuff that they make isn't going to be as good.
I'm interested because all of the trailers and even the first film, people who haven't watched any of the original Dune films or read any of the books think that this is going to be a love story between Chani and Paul. where the truth of this, spoiler alert, I'll give you, if you don't know, spoiler alert, he ends up...
That's too much of a spoiler.
Okay, all right. A different... How to put it this way then. Chani is a... Is that a spoiler?
Yes, it is!
Well, it's the truth. People are looking at it like it's a love story. It's like, that's not really what this is.
No, I think it's important to know from the book, though, because if we go into the movie, I don't think they're going to do it.
They have to.
I don't think they're going to do it.
You know what they would do? If they want to do that, it's going to be because she's going to be empowered and she'll sleep with whoever she wants, and she's not going to be tied down in a commitment with a man.
Zendaya's done that once before already.
She has, hasn't she? And that's modern day bullcrap that we don't friggin' want. Polyamory, let's get into it, you degenerates.
So they are flags of a certain color so far.
Beige flags.
Yeah. But on the flip side of this...
Let me not spoil it. She's going to hit massive spoiler.
I gave you warning. All right. Dune 2 has got an ideal early review from Christopher Nolan as he compares it to Empire Strikes Back.
I can't trust Christopher Nolan, yeah, but I mean, listen to what James Gunn said about The Flash before it came out.
This is why I'm saying I've kind of got two flip sides of the coin here. It's kind of hard at the moment to tell. The trailers look good.
We want it to be good.
The trailers look really good.
Yeah, so did Last Airbender trailers, all I'm saying. We've had some pretty serious accusations made out of...
The first one, you were fanboying, and I said, hey, settle it down.
I still agree, the trailers are good. But when people come out and say, we're changing things from one audience, or we're changing the tone, or characters are being changed with their, core characteristics... The fact that they're saying, the main character of the story, he had too much of the spotlight. Let's give him more side character story. I'm sorry, but this is scary.
So, it's unfortunate we're at a point you can't trust Hollywood, right? Once upon a time, there was goodwill that, hey, the next Marvel movie coming out, I haven't even seen the trailer. I'm going to watch it, right? Now, there's been so much crap that they do not deserve the benefit of the doubt. And these warning signs kind of put it into that category for me, where if I was not reviewing this, I would actually wait for reviews to find out if it's worth my time or not. Luckily for you, we'll do that for you. We will give this a watch and find out if it's... And we want it to be good.
I really want it to be good. Things have been rough, Let's get some good movies.
At least I still have Reacher Season 2 to enjoy. That's on my to-watch list. And what else have I been enjoying? Delicious in Dungeon, quirky anime.
Halo, first 2 episodes coming out tomorrow, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no! We got to review that! Crap!
Funnily enough, I read some articles just before this, and people have been reviewing stuff. And it seems like out the gate, they're retconning stuff from season 1.
Everything's being retconned. The relationship with Chief and the alien chick, retconned. What was the other thing? Cortana being in his head, retconned.
What? Oh.
All the cool things everyone hated, retconned.
Is that a good sign?
That's just from early review.
No, because then they'll just go back and divert to something else that's weird.
Because they were leaning into him not wearing a helmet and not depicting Master Chief, right?
If you don't like me and won't wear my helmet, then just don't watch it, guys. All right.
Challenge accepted. If we weren't reviewing it. Yeah. We have a job to do, all right? And we do it, we bear this burden. We manage. So, look, that's kind of where it's at with Dune. That is some warning signs.
Yes.
There are some red flags. We hope that it's going to be good. And look I have no reason yet to not trust Christopher Nolan, but this is the test, Chris. Right?
See, this is so one of the big issues that I've had right from when we had the first one is how much story they have to fit in to the next film. That's what concerned me right off the bat.
It's better than if they condense the entire first book into one film.
That's true, but it feels like it should have been a trilogy, to be honest. Because fitting what we've got where we are now, where he's just with the Fremen, to where we need to get to, is a lot to fit in. So I'm actually curious. That's been a bit of an issue that I've had lately as well. So
we'll have to wait and see as we stay on watch.